Hey everyone, time for another Pathfinder adventure scenario. This is scenario 2.3. We're in the hot springs. Alright, advancing the blessings deck. Let's see what we get here. First card, we get the Ubashki. Okay, so this card says, check to acquire, bury a card. Okay, it's an ally B. I mean, do I really want to bury a card to get this ally? I mean, I'm not going to be able to trade it to a trader, right? So that's the thing. Not really that beneficial. You know, it's not worth it. Banishing this card, looking at my hand of 7 cards. Yep, it's all staffs. Some spells. It's good. Just leaving things as it is. Advancing the blessings deck. Okay, we get a Blessing of Thoth. And this is something I will want to acquire because it's a level 1 card, which I will be able to trade to a trader. So Wisdom, Knowledge, or Divine 6. Ouch. You know, my Wisdom is only D6 plus 1. I have a Blessing of Abdar in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and do a Divine. My Divine is only D4, but I'm using a Blessing of Abdar. So 2D4, let's see if I get this card. So I rolled a 3, and then I rolled a 2, so 5. So I missed because my Divine has no modification. But I can use Ahmotep's special power to recharge a card to add 2 to the result, which I will do. I'm going to go ahead and recharge a Frost Staff. So recharging a Frost Staff, and I acquire this card. It goes into my hand. And then I'm going to go ahead, I can use the Blessing of Thoth. What I can do is I can discard this card to examine. No, I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and reset my hand. I have 7 cards now. Advancing the Blessings deck. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we get a Caravan Raider. Check to defeat, Stealth 7 or Combat 8. It's increased by the scenario's adventure deck number, so that's going to be a +2 modification. I'm just going to go straight up combat. So for combat, I have the Explorer's Staff. For your combat check, reveal this card to use your strength or melee plus 1d6. So yeah, well that's going to be 1d8 plus 2. Let's see, I'll go ahead and I'll use the Blessing of Thoth to add myself another d8. I'm pretty sure that'll do it. I get to add +2 to this result. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Way over the 11. No worries there. This card is banished. So going to reset my hand. I have 7 cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Advancing the Blessings deck. Let's see what we get. Okay, we get the Filter Hood. Something I'm really not interested in acquiring because it's a B level basic. Can't trade it to a trader. Yeah, I rolled a 3. Yep, getting rid of it. It's banished. Leaving my hand alone. Advancing the Blessings deck. Okay, we get a Mummified Cat. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Let's see. Wisdom, Divine, Survival. Well, my Wisdom is only D6. I have a Blessing of Kepri in my hand. It's the only blessing I have. Okay, it's just going to be straight up. Well, I could do Divine, die 4. I'll do Wisdom. Wisdom. Hey, I rolled a 6. Pretty awesome. Okay, so I get to keep this. So it says recharge this card, examine the top card of your location deck, banish this card to reduce all damage dealt to you by a monster. Okay, I'm just going to discard it. 7 cards in my hand. Advancing the Blessings deck. I'm getting a lot of good loot this adventure, which I'm going to be able to trade to a trader. Okay, Blessing of Abdar. Let's see. Divine. I already got enough loot to trade to the trader. I only needed 2 items to acquire. So I'm doing really good. So I don't really, not too keen on getting this card. I rolled a 2. Okay, it gets discarded. Advancing the Blessings deck. Let's see what I get here. Ooh, I get another Blessing of Kepri. Alright, I have one in my hand. Once again, I have enough. I've already acquired enough loot for my trading requirements. So just rolling D4 here. I rolled a 2. I don't acquire this card based on my divine skill. Okay, so I got 3 cards left in the blessings deck, and I got 3 cards left in the location deck. Advancing the blessings deck. Okay, I get the item here. So oh, so the hot spring said when you play a weapon, discard it. So that just means I wasn't able to recharge my frost. Actually, no, the frost staff was was an item. So no, I'm actually all set. I think I did use the explorer's staff, so I had to have discarded that. So that would have modified it by giving it an extra spell. Okay, hands all set. So it says here, Rathos, when you examine this card, succeed at a, well, I didn't examine it. So if the check to defeat has a cold trait, add 1d8. Okay, so I'm at the hot springs. So let's see, when you play a weapon, discard it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use my unshakable chill spell. So discard this card, use your arcane skill. So arcane skill is d10 plus a d6. Plus, since it has cold, I can add a d8. Then I can also recharge a flame staff, which is going to give me an additional d8. And we'll just keep it at that. So since this is arcane, I get to add +2 to my roll. Alright, so I rolled 8, and 8 is 16, 17. So 21 plus 2 is 23. Okay, so this has successfully, so since I defeated the henchman, I can try to close the location. I'm just going to roll really quick for Unshakable Chill, see if I recharge it, and I don't. So, looking at the, so when closing, I have to summon and defeat the henchman acid pool. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll have to go ahead and find an acid pool here. I still have a hand size of 5 cards. So, looking through this giant stack of henchmen and villains, looking for an acid pool. Should have done this before the setup. And there it is. Found it. Okay, so to defeat the acid pool, I'm going to need intelligence. Okay, well, intelligence, that's my best one right there. D10. And let's see, the difficulty defeat is increased by the scenario's adventure deck number. So it's 2. So, okay. So let's see. Right now I have, it's a barrier. So let's see. It says for the acid splash spell, I can use that for your combat or disable check. Oh, this isn't disable. Okay, this is just a straight up Intelligence, Craft, Wisdom, Survival. Okay, I don't have any blessings. Okay, straight up D6. Sorry, D10 with Intelligence. No modifiers. 2. Okay, I could, so ultimate fail there. If undefeated, the acid pool deals an amount of acid damage to you equal to the difference between its difficulty to defeat and your result. Wow. So that means that's 9, 10, 11 minus 2. Wow. So I'm going to take 9 points of acid damage. Okay, so basically my entire hand is getting discarded due to acid damage. Acid pool doesn't get shuffled up into the deck, just off to the side. I'm going to reset my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I still have 7 cards. I've got 2 cards left in my deck. Advancing the blessings deck. Okay, I get a fireball trap. I have to continue this scenario because the way I play is you have to close the location. Fireball trap, Constitution, Dexterity, Acrobatics, Disable. So I don't have anything to help out with Disable, but my Dexterity is D6 plus 1. This has the fire trait, and I have the Blessing of Ra, which says discard to add 2 dice to any check that invokes the fire trait. Awesome. So I'm rolling a total of 3d6 for this check, and I get to add 1 for a modifier. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my total is 10. And cool, Fireball Trap is banished. So then what I need to do is I'm going to use the, let's see, I'm going to use the Black Kiss ally, I'm going to discard her so I can explore the location. So we get a Catching Cape, Armor B, don't really care for this. It's only level B there. So I'll just do Constitution. Okay, I do acquire it anyway. And now what I'm going to do is I will once again try to close this location. The Acid Pool. So it's a barrier. What do I have in my hand? Nothing really that's going to help out. So what I'm going to do is I have a Blessing of Rot in my hand. I had several of those. So basically it's going to allow me to roll 2d10 for my intelligence check. Alright, roll in that. So roll the 8 and a 6. So 14, which is more than enough to defeat that 11. Okay, so close the location. I had one card left in the Blessings turn order deck. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we will widen out and we will look at the reward for this scenario. The reward for this scenario was a card feat. Alright, well that's pretty awesome because now with the card feat option, since I have a lot of interesting loot, we'll go ahead and we will assemble or reassemble the deck here for Ahmotep. So I don't know which, the card feat is going to be dependent upon what kind of card I want. So let's look at her deck here. So a lot of cool stuff that I have available to trade with a trader now, since I got a bunch of cool loot. Like the Mummified Cat, I could trade that. I could trade the Blessing of Thoth. So let's see. So the question is do I want another ally? I could get another ally. Lately I've been kind of short on spells. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this guy who offers the spells. Yeah, I want to get some beefy spells. And then I think what I'm going to do is for the card feat, I'm going to choose spells. It all depends on if I get some interesting spells. So let's see what happens here. Randomly shuffling up the spells here. And let's see what the trader, let's see, rolling a die here. So 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So starting from here, if it's a level 1 or 2 spell, cool. So he's offering Toxic Cloud. He's finally giving us some cool stuff here. Ooh, or a Lightning Bolt. Alright, so I'm definitely going to pick Hayden Hoppert. Trying to get the glare off there. So let's see. The glare is kind of annoying, I know. But, you know, it's a work in process with this giant light here. Okay, let's try that. So basically my choice now is I'm going to, for the card feat, I will choose a spell. I'm going to choose between Toxic Cloud or Lightning Bolt. It's hard to tell. I mean, I'll probably use the Lightning Bolt. Seems pretty awesome. So I think that's the one I'm going to choose. But I will let you know at the start of the next scenario. Alright, well, pretty cool adventure. Glad I got all that loot. Interesting trading with these traders and upgrading the deck. Definitely one of the best parts of Pathfinder adventure card game. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next scenario.